Welcome to Joe Stunner Boxing. Moses Itauma does it again, a 2-round victory over an American fighter by the name of MIKE Balogun. I did not know anything about Mr. Balogun, other than he's a southpaw, 6'1", came in with 21 wins, 16 KOs against low-level opposition, had one defeat a couple of fights ago, which was Murat Gasayev, stopping him in 2 rounds. And Moses Itauma did the same thing. 2-round win. 3 knockdowns. In the first round, he put Mr. Balogun over with a Moses southpaw, so it was a left-hand backhand. I think there were 2. There was one that really landed flush, which Balogun took, and then there was a right hand, and then there was another left which sort of scuffed against him and put him down. And he fell face first, Mike Balogun. And he got up with it, and he had the air of, that look of expression, like, what the fuck was that? What just hit me? But he did get up. He fought back. He wasn't just trying to grab and hold. He was slinging punches back, desperately trying to push Moses back. And Moses showed some nice footwork in this fight as well. I mean, he's so quick with his hands. He's so relaxed and confident. There's a sort of, you hear the expression often, I was born to do this. You get the feeling that Moses Itauma is a natural boxer. Balogun, even though he went face first down in the first round, he was throwing punches back, and Moses was completely indifferent. It's like, I'm going to hit you before you hit me. And then in the second round, he got flattened with the same punch. I think it was a backhand left, put on his back. He got up again, gutsy guy, this Mike Balogun. Came back and he was slinging punches. He was trying desperately to win. It's just that the gulf in talent was so extreme. And that second knockdown, the first one of the second round, was very early on in the round. So he had, probably about 2.5 minutes left to survive. He just couldn't do it. He was going at Moses, and he was in the process of throwing his own punch when Moses nailed him with a southpaw right hook. And splayed him on the canvas, and the referee stopped it without counting. Got him out of his misery, I suppose you'd say. But look, there are going to be bigger tests than Mike Balogun. Balogun was 21 years older than Moses Itauma. Itauma was 20. Balogun's 41, and Balogun was never going to be a world beater. He's got a flashy record, but the quality of the opposition is very, very low. He did beat Trey Lippe, who was being groomed as, isn't he one of Tommy Morrison's sons, I think. He knocked him out in a round. So, but that's probably the only name I recognise, apart from Gasayev, who knocked him out in 2 rounds. He's a former not an NFL, I don't know if he's an NFL player or if he's a former American gridiron footballer type. I don't know anything about that sport, but yeah, Balogun switched to boxing late when he was 31, I think. He's now 41. There'll be tougher tests for Moses Itauma, but make no mistake about it, Itauma, sometimes, as I keep saying, it's how you get your work done. And at 20 years of age, southpaw heavyweight, very, very fast hands, fearless, extremely confident. Itauma was actually born in Slovakia, and he and his family, his family moved him to Britain. He's from Chatham, Kent. He comes across in interviews as being very, very confident, very serene, and as if, this is my destiny. And he truly believes it. He doesn't need to spout nonsense. And he gave Balogun his props. He said, the guy's tough, kept coming back. Big up Mike Balogun. Yeah, he gave his all, and that's all any of us can do. But when you're in there against someone who's, you're literally over twice his age, he's that young and he's that talented, what are you going to do? Moses Itauma, they're talking about putting him in maybe with Martin Bakole. It's a calculated gamble, and there is obviously no hurry for Itauma, but I think he can beat Bakole. I definitely think so. Bakole can be hit, and when he's hit cleanly, he's hurt. And Itauma, with that speed, I can see him knocking out Bakole. But you might have to fast track this kid, because there's just there aren't many people out there who are going to take him 10 rounds, and give him the experience. He might have to learn on the job. it's kind of like when Joshua beat Charles Martin. It was sort of before he wanted to really jump to world level, but the opportunity came and he picked up the IBF belt with a 2-round knockout of Charles Martin, and he had to learn on the job, you know. And he did it very, very well until he ran into Andy Ruiz, of course. We might have to make quantum leaps for Moses Itauma. But, I mean, who would you put him in with a view to giving him rounds, to giving him 10 round, like a 10-round, tough 10-round decision? And we still don't know what's going to happen to him if he's hit cleanly. The idea, of course, is to not get hit. But I know Bacoli and Billy Nelson are saying, oh, Moses got no chin and all this. We don't know, do we? Unless you're hearing sparring stories. But I haven't heard anything about Moses having a weak jaw. Don't forget, at 20, you know, he's physically, I mean, I know he's way ahead of schedule and he doesn't look like a 20-year-old. But by the time he's 24, 26, he'll have his absolute man strength and be even more of a bloody threat. But yeah, it'll be interesting to follow Moses Itauma's career. I'm glad that, you know, beat Mike Tyson's record nonsense is out of the way. I never bought into that rubbish. And we'll see where he goes from here. But he's already won, I think, the Commonwealth belt. He's got a couple of... He's got the WBO, one of those WBO intercontinental trinket things. And I see... I'm not saying anything you don't know, but I see him as being a definite threat, a definite... superstar, heavyweight superstar. So what do you think? Give me your opinions on Moses Itauma, and who do you think he should fight next? Who would you put him in with? Tell me why. And yeah, thank you very much for your time. As always, please like the video if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button and spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing, because it's your channel as much as mine. Takes a second, costs you nothing. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Much, much appreciated. As always, bye for now.